Rally phase of the Americans' fifth turn. Changes in wind. 5. No changes in wind. Attempt to rally the American unit with broken morale alongside leader 8-1. The modifiers will be -1, leader, -1, building. 6-2, 4, the squad recovers morale. Attempt to recover the morale of the Japanese units with leader 9-0. The modifier will be -1, building. 4-1, 3, the first half squad recovers morale. 6-1, 5, the second half squad also recovers morale. Here Jim commits an error and tries to repossess the medium machine gun, but this squad is berserk, and it can't portage support weapons above 1 portage points. The medium machine gun has 3 portage points. Fortunately, Jim quickly admits this error and corrects it on the spot. Japanese squad will try to recover the possession of the American flamethrower, needing 5 or less to recover it. Three, the Japanese squad gets the flamethrower. Attempt to recover the function of medium machine gun. Six, the machine gun is eliminated. Attempt to recover the function of the heavy machine gun. Three, the machine gun remains malfunctioning. Prep fire phase. Fire against Japanese stack under the shell hole with 6 firepower +1, shell hole +1, debris hindrance. Six +2, 8, pin test check. Nine, the squad becomes pinned. 8, the half squad also becomes pinned. Let's try to activate the off-board artillery using VASL algorithm. Type of OBA action normal. Radio contact and battery access automatic. SR or FFE to counters on the board no. Chit draw black. FFE C on board yes. Line of sight from the off-board observer to the FFE C explosion yes. Desire to convert to FFE 1 in hex yes. Does the observer have line of sight to base level of FFE C hex no. If there are enemy units in or adjacent to the FFE C hex, are all of them unknown to the observer? No. Convert FFE C to FFE 1, resolve, replace with FFE 2. Let's begin exploring the impact over the structures of the attacked hexes, testing the dice roll results against the morale of these structures. The only structure affected is in the hex N39 in power plant with the morale of 10 and the result of the dice is 12. With this result 2 points above the morale of a fortified stone building, 2 levels of this structure should become rubble. Rule B 1.822 1 level of the building, from top down, is turned to rubble for every multiple of 1 by which the morale check is failed. Another rule forgotten is the rule B1.57 FFE loss hindrance. A high explosion concentration FFE of greater than or equal to 70 mm is considered a 2-level plus 1 loss hindrance to any loss traced into, though, within, or from its blast area hexes. The debris hex will not be attacked because it can't suffer the effects of off-board artillery, shell hole and flame creation. Let's analyze the effects over the units on scenario. This attack will occur with 16 firepower. Beginning with the Japanese stack on hex N38. 7 plus 5, fortified building plus 1 level above the Japanese, 12, no effect. Attack on the American Fanatic half squad with 16 firepower plus 2, rubble. 9 plus 2, 11, pin test check. Eight, the half squad becomes pinned. Attack on the Japanese stack in N37 with plus 5 modifier. 12, without effect. Attack against the minefield. 6, no effect. Movement phase. Berserk's American squad moves towards Japanese stack in N38 via rubble. In this first movement it's attacked by the Japanese stack with 12 firepower plus 2, rubble minus 1, FFNAM. 3 plus 1, 4, 3 morale check, and the machine gun maintains rate of fire. (11 plus 3, 14), the squad broke above ELR and becomes a 666 squad. Squad 666 moves to the hex with abandoned medium machine gun. In this hex it will suffer an attack from the captured flamethrower with 6 firepower, squad pinned, plus 1, debris hex. Three plus 1, 4, a fantastic result. Casualty reduction followed by a 2 morale check, with a possible activation of American sniper, that Jim forgets again. Seven plus 2, 9, the half squad has its morale broken. Squad from Q29 to N39. American stack with leader 80 to hex J39. In this hex suffers an attack from the fire group formed by the Japanese units in hexes J37 and K36 with 6 firepower plus 3, stone house, minus 1, FFNAM. 7 plus 2, 9, without effect. American stack from the pier to under the trench. American with the bazooka from J40 to the wooden house in K39. American hero to N39. Raft from J44 to J42. Raft from N43 to N41. Raft from K43 to Q41. Raft from K41 to K40 where it becomes beached. Two of the assault boats return to get the stack with the machine guns and the leader 9-2. Defensive fire phase. Attack with the medium and the light machine gun against the Americans in the rubble hex with 8 firepower plus 1, debris plus 2, rubble. 7 plus 3, 10, without effect. Let's remove the first final fire counters and go to the advancing fire phase. American fire group formed with units in hexes K39 and J39 against the Japanese half squad with the light machine gun with 8 firepower plus 2, wooden house. Four plus 2, 6, 1 morale check. 11 plus 1, 12, the half squad has its morale broken above ELR and suffers a quality reduction. Route phase. Half squad from P38 to Q38. Half squad from O38 to Q38. Japanese half squad advanced towards the hex with its leader. Advance phase. American stack with the hero advance and enter in close combat with the Japanese stack. Squad in the beached raft advances to P40. Raft becomes beached in hex N40. Half squads with the medium machines guns and the leader 9-2 advance to the assault boat. Close combat phase. Units in close combat in the boiler room. This is an ambush hex. The Americans will count with the -1 modifier, hero, while the Japanese will get a -1 modifier, stealthy. Americans 1, Japanese 4, the Americans gain the ambush modifier. They will attack the Japanese with 7 against 5, with a 1-to-1 ratio with the modifiers of -1, ambush, -1, hero. The Americans will not use the hand-to-hand attack and will require 7 or less to affect the Japanese. (10-2, 8). The Japanese are not affected and can now attack the Americans with 5 against 7 of the Americans with a 1-to-2 ratio with the modifier of +1, ambush, requiring 3 or less to affect the Americans. 7 plus 1, 8. The Americans are not affected and the units enter in melee. Rally phase. Japanese 5th turn. Changes in the wind. 9. No changes in the wind. Attempt to recover the morale of the Japanese unit with the leader 9-0. The modifier is -1, building. 11. The unit doesn't recover morale and is eliminated. The Japanese units with a leader that fail the morale check suffer casualty reduction. Attempt to recover the morale of the Americans units with the leader 8-1. The modifiers will be +4, the aim, -1, leader, -1, building. Beginning with the squad with the morale of 8. 5 plus 2, 7, the squad recovers morale. 3 plus 2, 5. The half squad also recovers morale. Attempt to repossess the light machine gun. 2. The half squad repossesses the light machine gun. Prep fire phase. No actions. Movement phase. Stack with the flamethrower from O36 to N36 in a sort movement. In this hex will suffer an attack from the bazooka, 2 hexes away requiring a base number of 8 to hit +4, fortress, +1, hex with debris. 12. It's a failure and the bazooka is eliminated. Stack with the leader 9-0 from K36 to N36. In this hex will suffer an attack with the fire group with a squad and a half squad with 8 firepower +4, fortress, -1, FFNAM. 7 plus 3, 10, it's a failure. Subsequent first fire with 4 firepower +3. 7 plus 3, 10, failure again. Defensive fire phase. Let's analyze the situation of the American off-board artillery. Type of OBA action, normal. Radio contact established or maintained? Yes, it's automatic in this case. SR or FFE2 on board? Yes, FFE2. Do you wish to cancel FFE2? No. The observer has line of sight to the base level of FFE hex. No. If not, does the observer has lost to the blast height and to a location in adjacent to the FFE hex that does contain a known to him enemy? Yes. Do you wish to correct the FFE2? Yes. Does observer has lost to blast height? Yes. Place AR counter within 3 hexes of FFE2. Does the observer has lost to a location in AR hex? Yes. If there are enemies units in or adjacent to the AR hex, are all of them unknown to the observer? Place FFE2 in AR hex and make accuracy dice roll. Five. The FFE2 is not accurate. Make direction extent of error dice roll. The extent of error for a FFE2 is a 1 hex max. 5. The FFE2 counter moves to M36 hex and the actions for this attack ended. Advancing fire phase. Attack with the Japanese stack against the American squad with 12 firepower halved to 6, advancing fire phase, +1, debris, +1, coal pile. Four plus 2, 6, 1 morale check and the machine guns lose the rate of fire. 9 plus 1, 10, American morale is broken. Flamethrower attack over American half squad with 12 firepower +1, debris. Two plus 1, 3. Casualty reduction and the half squad is eliminated. A flame marker is posted on the attacked hex. Route phase. American squad from the coal pile hex moves toward the leader 8-1. Advance phase. 2 half squads advance to the melee hex. Leader 9-0 and the squad with flamethrower 2N35. Close combat phase. The Japanese will perform a hand-to-hand attack with a strength of 9 against 7 of Americans, with a 1-to-1 ratio, requiring 7 or less to affect the Americans with a modifier of -1, Japanese in hand-to-hand combat. The Americans will attack a Japanese squad, 1 half squad, the half crew and the Japanese leader with a strength of 7 against 7 of the Japanese with 1-to-1 ratio and a -1 modifier, hero. Japanese 2, the Americans will be eliminated. Americans 7-1, 6, the Japanese attacked are also eliminated. In this case, with the result of 2 on the Japanese dice roll, the infiltration rule A11.2 applies and the simultaneous nature of the close combat is suspended, and the Japanese squad can make a withdrawal from melee without being attacked by the Americans. The elimination of the Japanese units will be corrected at the beginning of the next turn. Alright friends, at this point we'll end this clip. When everything seemed to be going in favor of the Americans, the Japanese demonstrated impressive resilience and obtained several positive results, eliminating several American units and maintaining control of the fortress, boiler room. There are still 4 turns left for the Americans, which is a lot of time, but on the other hand, they have very little to show so far. The Japanese have been developing a very successful battle of attrition, eliminating several American units and greatly reducing the attacking forces. In addition, the Japanese maintain control of the fortress with a huge defensive bonus of this position, which will greatly hinder the enormous task ahead for the American units. Stay well, stay safe, namaste.